Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji, Mataji. Thank you for joining today. Just give me 1 moment. The class is started. Is my voice audible to everyone? Is there any disturbance in the voice?
Yes, Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji.
Thank you for confirming. Thank you. Nice. So we'll quickly start with the prayers. So please join along with me. Recite prayers at your places. I'll share the PPT so that it will be convenient for you to read recite the prayers. Class is dedicated to its divine blessings of the Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. Om Ajnana
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam Prabhuji, Mataji. Sri Chaitanya. Thank you for joining today. Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamatyam Dadhati Supadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Tapadakam. The class is started. Is my voice audible to everyone? Is there any disturbance in the voice?
Yes, Prabhu.
No, Prabhuji.
Thank you for confirming. Thank you. Nice. Namo Vishnupada. So we'll quickly start with the prayers. So please join along with me. Recite prayers at your places. CPT so that it will be convenient for you to read. Recite.
Prabhuji, can you mute everyone? There's a lot of feedback.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Destarani Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Parindadayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanyaya Namne Gauratvase Namaha. Hey Krishna Karna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tatta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasudhe Devi Pranamami Kirti Vancha Kalpurobhyascha Krupa Sindhyavyavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Sridhar Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskutya Naram Chennarutamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tadojendri Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Lamvete Girim Yatrupadam Vande Shri Gurum Devadaranam Paramanandamadam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you. Just give me one quick moment. Thank you all for joining today. Okay. A warm welcome to all. So, can anybody guess what are we going to discuss today? Any wild guess is fine. So, hope everybody has the schedule with you.
Fourth chapter, Prabhu.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bharat Prabhu. Very good. Okay, so we are going to discuss from fourth chapter, 4.7 and 4.8. Okay, these are the two slokas we are going to discuss. In the last class, we discussed about the divine pastimes of Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Before to that, we discussed about 4.1 to 6. Okay. Okay. So just give me one moment. Chapter 4, Transcendental Knowledge. Four point seven. So is everybody able to see my screen? Is my screen visible? Can anybody confirm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you for confirming, Prabhu. Anybody wants to take lead in reciting the sloka?
I can do, Prabhuji.
Oh, thank you, Sapan Prabhu. Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानामधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Thank you, Prabhu. Could you please recite one more time, Prabhu? We will also recite along with you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yada yada hi dharmasya.
Yada yada hi dharmasya. I request all of you to join with us.
Yada yada hi
Dharmasya.
dharmasya.
Yada yada hi
यदा हि
dharmasya.
धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Thank you, Sapan Prabhu. Thank you very
Hare
much.
Krishna.
I request anybody to read the translation.
Whenever and wherever there is a I'm so sorry, decline in religion practice or descent of Bharata and a predominant race of irrigation, at the time I descend myself.
Thank you very much. Okay. So Krishna is confirming about the reason why he descend again and descend to the planet Earth again and again. So the first reason he spoke in third chapter Karma Yoga, he says that, Name Parthasti Kartavyam Trishu Lokesh Kachana Nana Vaptama Vaptavim Varta Evacha Karmani. So in third chapter, Krishna says to Arjuna that, my dear Arjuna, in these 3 words, there is no karma that I am supposed to do, but still I participate in doing karmas. Because if I don't do karmas, then, people will take me as inspiration and they also stop doing karmas. Hence, I become the source for unwanted population who doesn't perform any karma. So that was first reason. And secondly, Krishna is revealing one more secret why he comes. Whenever there is a decline of irreligion, whenever the adharma takes place, whenever the adharma rules, then Krishna takes birth, he descends, and to establish dharma, he comes. Okay. And the second sloka, we are going to spend a lot of time. So, in second sloka, he speaks about, in second sloka, Prabhupada speaks about the avataras of Lord. On that, we are going to spend time. Okay. Second, in the sense, the 4.8 sloka. Okay. So, anybody wants to take lead in reciting the sloka? Lakshmi Mataji, would you like to try?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Please go ahead.
Can I try? Prabhuji?
Okay.
Anybody? You want to try, Anita Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, I want to try.
Please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Thank you. So please recite one more time, Mataji. We will also join with you slowly.
Okay, Prabhuji. Paritranaya sadhunam
परित्राणाय साधूनां
vinashaya cha dushkrutam
विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम्
dharma sansthapanarthaya
धर्मसंस्थापनाय
sambhavami yuge yuge.
संभवामि युगे युगे।
Thank you very much, Mataji. I request anybody to read the translation part.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, I request anybody to read the purport. Please. Anybody? Who wants to take lead?
Nobody wants to read. Shall I read?
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead, Anita Mataji. Please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry.
No problem, no problem. Go ahead.
According to Bhagavad Gita, a sadhu, holy man, is a man in Krishna consciousness. A person may appear to be irreligious, but if he has the qualification of Krishna consciousness, wholly and fully, he is to be understood to be a sadhu. And dushkritam applies to those who do not care for Krishna consciousness. Such miscreants or dushkritam are described as foolish and the lowest of mankind, even though they may be decorated with mundane education, whereas a person who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness is accepted as a sadhu, even though such a person may be neither learned nor well cultured. As far as I'll
Mataji.
stop here, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. So the later part of the purport is very, very important. Okay, so that on that we will spend some time. Okay. So in the Chaitanya Charitamrita of Krishnadas Kaviraja, the following verses Madhya Leela, 28th chapter 263 and 264 summarize these principles of incarnation. Srishti hetu ei murti prapanche avatare sei ishvara murti avatara nama dhare mayatita paravayume sabara avasthana vishve avatari dhare avatara nama. So it is these verses are in Bengali. So can anybody read the purport from here? This one.
The avatara or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation. And the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called an incarnation or avatara. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatara.
Thank you, Saman Prabhu.
Prabhuji, can I read the verse?
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
सृष्टि हेतु ये मूर्ति प्रपंचे अवतारे से ही ईश्वर मूर्ति अवतारा नामाधारे मायातीता प्रभयो में सबरावस्थाना विश्वे अवतारी धारे अवतारा नामा. Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Okay. So can anybody read this translation, this purport?
There are various kinds of avatars, such as Purusha Avtaras, Guna Avtaras, Leela Avtaras, Shakti Avtaras. One second. Manavataras and Yuga Avtaras, all appearing on scheduled all over the universe. But Lord Krishna is the primeval Lord, the fountainhead of all Avtaras. Lord Sri Krishna descends for the specific purpose of mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotees, who are very anxious to see him in his original Vrindavan pastimes. Therefore, the prime purpose of the Krishna Avtara is to satisfy his unalloyed devotees.
Thank you very much.
Shall I continue?
Anybody wants to read? If nobody wants to read, you can continue, Mataji.
Okay.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Oh.
Uma Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
The
please go ahead.
Lord says that he incarnates himself in every millennium. This indicates that he incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by the Sankirtan movement, congregational chanting of the holy names, and spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. He predicted that this culture of Sankirtana would be broadcast all over the world, from town to town and village to village. Lord Chaitanya, as the incarnation of Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is described secretly but not directly in the confidential parts of the revealed scriptures such as the Upanishads, Mahabharata and Bhagavatam. The devotees of Lord Krishna are very much attracted by the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatar of the Lord does not kill the miscreants but delivers them by his causeless mercy. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for reading purport. Thank you, Sapan Prabhu, for wonderfully reciting slokas and the verses. Thank you. So here in this purport, Prabhupada introduces to us about some analysis on the avatars of Lord. Okay, so for us, commonly, since we come from a background of Sanatan Dharma, we have been fed with the knowledge that when it comes to avatars, we prominently speak about 10 avatars only. The Dashavataras of Lord Vishnu. However, there are many avatars which he took to perform different activities. Each and every aspect that happens, each and everything that happens in this whole universe is being led by Supreme Personality himself by some or other expansion. Okay, and those expansions are segregated, categorized into different parts. Prominently, there are 6 parts, 6 types. Okay, so they are Purusha Avataras, Leela Avataras, Guna Avataras, Shakti Avesha Avataras, Manvantara Avataras, and Yuga Avataras. Okay, so everything, every change that is going to happen is being led by Supreme Personality himself only. So we'll try to see little bit, in a breakup manner, what are those avatars. Okay, and Bhagavatam gives a clue. Sorry. So Bhagavatam gives clue. Not only Bhagavad, there are few scriptures, which they give more information about these avatars. Mainly Bhagavatam, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, written by Sanatan Goswami, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, so I will share the details of different avatars which Lord takes. Okay, so first. So the 6 prominent avatars, the breakup of the avatars, the 6 categories of Lord's avatars. Okay, Purusha avatars, Leela avatars, Guna avatars, Yuga and Shakti Avesha avatars. Okay, so one by one we will try to see what are these Purusha avatars. What do they do? Purusha avatars. Can anybody read this?
I can, Prabhuji, if no one is
Please.
reading.
Oh, yeah, please go ahead.
6 categories of avatars, Purusha avatars. Krishna first incarnates as the 3 Purusha avatars, namely Karnodakshai Vishnu, Mahavishnu, the Lord who is lying on the casual ocean, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, the Lord who is lying on the universal ocean, Shirodakshai Vishnu, the Lord who is lying on the ocean of milk. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. So, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he incarnates into three main avatars. They are Karanodaksha Vishnu, he is also called as Mahavishnu. And when Mahavishnu, when he takes the avatar of the Mahavishnu, when he expands into the Karanodaksha Vishnu, from the Karanodaksha Vishnu, innumerable universes, planets, they emanate. Okay, so they just emanate from his limbs from everywhere. Innumerable planets they emanate, and into each and every planet, again, Supreme Personality of Godhead, he expands into Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, the Lord who is lying on the universal ocean, and from him, from his navel, the one stem roses up, and on that, it is the stem of a lotus. On the lotus, in that lotus, Lord Brahma takes birth, and in that lotus, the different lokas are, there. I will show that picture also so that you will get much clarity. I have a picture of, the complete Vedic planetary system, how it works, how it is picturized. There is a detailed picture I'll show after we discuss about the different avatars. I'll show that picture. Okay. So from his navel, this stem rises, and in that stem it contains 14 planetary systems, and on top of that a lotus flower, it blossoms, and from that Brahma takes birth. Okay, and in this material, once Brahma takes birth, he starts creation, and whatever incarnation, whatever changes that happen, they are being headed by Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Okay. So he will be there in the material world, beyond the material world. So he will be responsible for those changes. Okay. So next category was Leela Avataras. Okay. So these Leela Avataras, the main Dashavataras and all those, they fit into this Leela Avataras form. So a list of Leela Avataras, pastime incarnation mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 3 describes about these different avatars that Lord took. Okay, so can anybody read these avatara names? Or I will read and tell who are they. Kumaras, the 4 Sanat Kumaras, right? Sanat Sanjata, Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanat Kumara, and Sanat Sujata. Okay, so these 4 Kumaras, they.
Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara.
Okay, so the 4 Kumaras. Okay, so they I mean, once they were created, their age was 5, and they continued to be with the same age, because when Brahma created them, he instructed them to go and explore and go and start begetting the population. And they rejected. They said that we don't want to involve in any kind of material activity. We just wanted to be in the mode of self-realization. Hence, Brahma cursed them that since you did not obey my instruction, so I curse you to be with the same age. Then, because they were self-realized souls, for them they did not feel at all, because for a self-realized for a self-realized person, whether he is elder or younger, it doesn't matter. For him, only knowledge and his way of attachment to God matters. Okay? And after that, Narada, Lord Narada. So Narada Muni, I mean, the incarnation of Narada is also one of the expansion of Lord. It has been confirmed in Bhagavad Gita by Krishna in 10th chapter. Okay. Next, Varaha. So the Varaha Avatara, the wild boar Avatara. So who killed the Hiranyaksha, the brother of Hiranyakashipu, and rescued Mother Earth. Okay, then Matsya Avatara. Okay, when the Mahapralaya came, so Lord incarnated in Matsya form and he saved Manu. Okay, then the Yajna form. Okay, the Yajna Purusha form. Then the Naranarayana form. Okay, then the Kardame Prajapati, then the Dattatreya, the son of Atri and Anasuya. Okay, and then Haya Sirsha. Okay, then Hamsa. And in Dwapar Yuga, Prishnigarbha. So there was a couple, Sudapa and Prishni, and to them Lord was born as a Prishnigarbha. Okay, then Rishabha, and this Rishabha avatar is one of the Leela avatar. So this Rishabha avatar, in Rishabha avatar, Lord performed such a Leela that he ruled the kingdom, the earth, for so long time, and then he gave his kingdom to one of his son, Bharat Maharaj. Then he retired to Vanaprastha, and then he started living in forest, without any attachment to the material world. He lived with such a realization that he never used to care who is talking to him, who is not talking to him, who is humiliating him, who is honoring him. Even if people, pass filthy things on him also, he never used to care. He just used to stay like that as a self-realized soul. And from his body, his body became so auspicious that even if he passed a stool, it used to the fragrance used to come out of his stool. So that way, Lord performed his Leela, and this Rishabha avatar is one of the source which is from which one of the religion form. That religion is Jain religion. So for Jains, Rishabhadev is one of their prominent god from whom that religion has been born. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam that Jain religion started by the inspiration of Rishabhadev. Okay, and he was the father of Jain religion. And then the Prithu Maharaj. So one time when Earth went into severe famine, then Prithu Maharaj he performed yajna, and he milked the Mother Earth, who took a form of cow, and he again made the earth. He again made the earth to prosper. Okay, and then Narsimha Avatar, we know the Prahlad Maharaj prayed prayed to Lord to show that Lord is all pervading, and he came from a fallen. Okay, then Kurma Avatar, who helped Devatas while churning the milk ocean. Then the Dhanvantari, from when the churning of milk ocean was happening. So Dhanvantari, he came out with many medicinal Ayurvedic herbs, and then the nectar came, the Amrita came, and this nectar, Lord took a form of Mohini to distribute the nectar to Rakshasa and Devatas, and then Lord took a form of Vamana, and he. We know that how Bali Maharaj surrendered to Lord. Okay, he performed that Leela. These are the Leelas that to perform these Leelas, Lord took different incarnations. Then Bhargava, the Parshurama incarnation came. Then Lord Ramachandra, after that, Lord took form of Vyasadeva to compile and make a division of Vedas. There was only one Veda initially, and after that Vyasadeva compiled it into three, and then one of his disciple again divided it into four. Okay, then Lord expanded to Balram as Balram, then Krishna and the Buddha and Kalki avatar. And the Buddha avatar came to rescue the theist population from atheist people. And then the Kaliki avatar is yet to come. So these are the Leela avatars to perform different Leelas. And in all these Leelas, the main aim was to establish Dharma and make sure that the theist people take shelter of Lord and go back to Godhead. Okay. So these are the Leela avatars. Okay. Then comes Guna avatars. Okay. So in the material world, there are three, in this universe, there are three gunas. They are Sattvic guna, Rajasic guna, and Tamasic guna. So each guna is represented by Supreme Personalities expansions. Okay. So the Sattvic guna is represented by Lord Vishnu. Rajasic is represented by Brahma. Tamasic guna is represented by Lord Shiva. And it doesn't mean that, Sattvic is highest, Rajasic bit of lower than highest, and Tamasic is worse. Not like that. Okay, we should not think in that way. We should not, conclude or jump into any conclusions. Okay, so each and every guna has its own importance. Okay, so for example, see, sitting and praying and doing chanting is Sattvic guna. Okay, eating and maintaining the body is Rajasic guna, and sleeping comes into Tamasic guna. However, though the sleeping comes into Tamasic guna, but sleeping enough sleep is very, very important for us to concentrate and do proper japa. Okay, so that is the importance of each and every guna. We cannot underestimate any gunas. Each and every guna has its own importance, because here different personalities are representing different gunas. That means that there is a chance that we may jump into a conclusion that why this personality, why he's been treated in such a with that guna like that. No, every guna has its own importance, which helps the other guna. If that guna is if we take shelter of that guna, or if we maintain to be in that guna in the way it is being prescribed to be. Okay, so for example, to do japa, okay, Krishna says that so we have to eat enough quantity, we have to take rest, enough rest. Okay, then only we will be fit to do any adhyatmic sadhana, any spiritual sadhana. Okay, that means that every guna has its own importance. Okay, so these gunas are also represented by Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, then comes the Manvantara Avataras. So can anybody read this? Brahma's Day.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhu.
Manvantara Avataras, Brahma's Day, 1000 Chaturyugas, is divided into 14 periods of the rule of Manus, fathers of mankind, known as Manvantavaras. The incarnations during these Manvantaras are listed as follows:
Please go ahead.
Yagna, Vibhu, Satyasena, Hari, Vaikunta, Ajita, Sarvabhauma, Rishabha, Vishwaksena, Dharma, Sudama, Yogeshwara, and Brihadbanu. Hare Krishna.
So there are 14 Manvantaras, as is told you in the previous class. So there are 4 yugas, Satya, Kruta, both are same. Then Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So these 4 yugas, when these are combined, it will be called as one Chatur Yuga. Okay, like this, if 71 Chatur Yugas are combined, then it is called as Manvantara. Okay, so the Brahma's day, Brahma's 24 hours consists of one Manvantara during the daytime and one Manvantara during the night time. Okay, so 1,000 Chaturyugas of Brahma. Okay. So, like this, there are 14 Manvantaras. And each and every Manvantara, so Lord expands into different expansion. And those are this. Vishvaksena. Vishvaksena is one of the pure devotee of Lord Vishnu. Okay, so whenever you perform any ritual to Lord Shiva or Mother Goddess Durga, so first we do puja to Ganesha. In the same way, whenever you perform any ritual to Lord Vishnu or any incarnation of Krishna, then first we do puja, we offer respects to Vishwaksena Bhagavan, and then we start the actual ritual, actual puja to the Lord. Okay. So, and the same way the dharma. So dharma, whatever we are speaking, the dharma also has a form. The personification is there, and the details, the breakup of dharma, who are dharma's children, and all those is also given in Bhagavatam. Okay, and likewise Yogeshwara, Sudama, and Bruhadbanu. Okay, and this is the category of Yuga Avataras. Okay, can anybody read? So,
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes, Mataji.
Yuga of Taras, 4 yugas, ages which come in cycles. Sat Yuga lasting. Prabhuji, the numbers.
Okay, ones, tens, hundreds, thousand, tens, lakh, 10 lakhs, 17
One-
lakhs, 28,000.
17
Yes.
lakhs 28,000 years. Treta Yuga lasting 1 lakh.
12 lakhs, 96,000.
12 lakhs 96,000 years. Dwapar Yuga lasting 8 lakhs 64,000 years. Kali Yuga lasting 4 lakhs 32,000 years.
Oh.
In each of these yugas, the Lord incarnates with a different body, color according to the yuga. Asan Varnas Trayohya Asya Grahanto Nyunyam Tanuhu Shukla Ratas Tatha Pita Idanim Krishnantam Gataha. Krishna appears as an incarnation in every millennium. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors, white, red, and yellow. And now he has appeared in a blackish color. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.8.13.
So here the reference is also given. Okay. So in each and every yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga, Krishna takes into different forms, and the references are given. Okay. So Krishna appears as an incarnate in every way. In the past, he assumed 3 different colors: white, red, yellow, and blackish. So blackish is in Dwapar Yuga, Krishna. Red, yellow, we will see. So in Satyuga, a white avatar appeared to Kardama Muni to establish meditation as a process for self-realization. Can anybody guess who is that? The son of Kardama Muni?
Lord Kapila.
Perfect. Thank you, Mother. So Lord Kapila appeared to Kardama Prajapati and Devahuti. So Lord Kapila taught the self-realization process to his mother. Okay, and in Satyuga, the process to get self-realization is meditation, penance, tapas. Okay, so that was the recommendation for human beings to become self-realized in Satyuga. Okay, and can anybody read? Sorry. Can anybody read the second one from here?
In the Treta Yuga, a red avatar appeared to Brahma to establish 5 sacrifice as a process for self-realization.
Okay, that is Yajna Purusha avatar. Okay, so in Treta Yuga, performing yajnas, okay, was the process to become self-realized. That's the reason you will see, Dasharath Maharaj, he performed Ashwamedha Yajna, Putrakameshi Yajna, and I guess Rajasya Yajna was also performed, and even Lord Ramachandra also performed Ashwamedha Yajna. Okay, there are many yajnas performed by different kings, and there was one king who performed so many yajnas. Okay, Okay, so thousands of yajnas, and there was one king whose name was Nahusha. He performed 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. Okay, so to become self-realized, that was the process. However, if the yajnas were performed with a selfless mode, then they will give you a quality of self-realization. If the yajnas are performed as a karmakanda ritual, then they don't give you the self-realization knowledge. They will just remain as a karmakanda rituals only. So, because Nahusha, the king who performed 100 Ashwamedha yajnas, because of a blunder mistake, he had to take form of a snake. Okay. So that's the reason in those yugas, yajnas performed without any selfish motive, then they used to give them the self-realization knowledge. Okay. And can anybody read next, the third one? Anybody
In the
else?
Kali Yuga, a yellow avatara appeared.
No, before in the Dwapar Yuga. We are in Dwapar Yuga.
In the Dwapar Yuga, a dark avatara, Krishna, appeared as the son of Devaki to establish temple worship as the process for self-realization.
Thank you, Mataji. So the deity worship, worshipping Lord in a temple, prominence was given in Dwapar Yuga. Before Dwapar Yuga also there were temples. Okay. However, so the process to get self-realization was, okay, worshipping God in a temple. The deity form, worshipping Lord in a deity form. That was the process recommended for self-realization in Dwapar Yuga. And the temple worship was there in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga also. However, so the importance was given in Dwapar Yuga because as and when the Yuga changes, the austerity, the tolerance and dharma is getting decreased. As and when the austerity dharma, that decreases, human beings will lose their knowledge, patience. Okay, when there is no proper knowledge and patience, people may not be able to perform penance, the severe tapas, and huge fire sacrifices. It is not to perform as fire sacrifice. One has to fast for so long time. Okay. As and when the yuga progresses, the patience and self-control in human beings also got decreased. That's the reason the easiest form is being suggested. And when it came to Kali Yuga, can anybody read the last point in the Kali Yuga?
In the Kali Yuga, a yellow avatara appeared, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as son of Sachi Mata, to establish the chanting of the holy names, Nama Sankirtana as the process for self-realization.
Thank you, Mataji. So, when it comes to Kali Yuga, the process of self-realization is suggested. That is Nama Sankirtana, Kalau Keshava Kirtana. Just by chanting the holy names of Lord in Kali Yuga, gives us self-realization knowledge. Maybe one is chanting attentively or inattentively, but if one is chanting the holy names of Lord, that will purify their anartha, that will purify the anarthas within them slowly. Okay, so it is, we have to chant attentively. However, in the beginning, people sometimes they may not know the importance of the holy name of the Lord, but they still, if they focus, if they try to chant, that will drag them to chant more. In that way, they come and they get attached to the chanting the holy names of Lord. So Kali Yuga is a very degraded yuga in which there will be lot of adharma, and people does not have patience at all. People will easily get motivated to perform irregulative activities which are not suggested, which are not prescribed in Shastras, which are considered as the greatest sins. People will easily people will easily commit those sins without any hesitation. In previous yugas, people, when they used to perform sins, when they used to do any sinful activities, they used to think. But in Kali Yuga, people will easily get motivated to involve in sinful activities. That is the reason in the beginning of Kali Yuga, okay, in the beginning of Kali Yuga, when Parikshit Maharaj, he was going in the forest, Kali Purusha, he was, hurting a bull, okay, who is representing the dharma, who is standing on one leg. Then Parikshit Maharaj, he chastised Kali, and by looking at the sword of the Parikshit Maharaj, Kali, he panicked, and Kali told that I will kill you if I see you in my kingdom one more time. Then Kali asked, my dear, Parikshit Maharaj, this is my yuga. My yuga entered. Then I have to rule this yuga. Then where should I live? Like that, the Kali asked Parikshit Maharaj. Then Parikshit Maharaj gave 4 places to Kali. That is, wherever violence happens, Kali will be there. Wherever, there is no regulative wherever there is a prostitution, Kali will be there. Wherever there is liquor consumption, where whoever takes that, their Kali will be there. Wherever meat eating happens, Kali will be there. So the 4 principles, whoever breaks, Kali will enter into them, and they lose knowledge about self-realization. Their self-realization knowledge will be lost, and they will become prey to the lust. Okay? That is the reason. And Kali Maharaj also instructed, Parikshit Maharaj also instructed Kali that wherever the chanting of holy names happen, Kali should not be there. He strictly instructed Kali. Okay, so that is the reason in Kali Yuga, chanting holy name is very, very important. And Krishna also says, Ananya Cheta Satatam Yomam Smarati Nityasa Tasyam Sulbhapartha Nitya Yuktasya Yogina, Krishna says in Gita. So those who chants my name without any deviation, that is the easiest process for them to become a perfect yogi, a self-realized yogi. In Gita, many times Krishna emphasized on this chanting of his holy names. Okay, henceforth we will look into that. Then the 6th category of avatars that Lord expands into are empowered incarnations. So these empowered incarnations is that they come, they empower. That means that they motivate and they lead. For example, when Lord Rama was there in Treta Yuga, so one day Valmiki got a doubt that at this time, at present, who is one personality who possesses 16 good qualities? Like that, he questions Narada Muni. Then Narada Muni gives him a hint that, at this moment, Lord Ramachandra possesses all those 16 qualities, and he empowers him to write. He encourages him to write Ramayana. And in the same way, when the Dwapar Yuga was going to end, the Narada Muni again he came and he motivated Vyasa Bhagavan to write Srimad Bhagavatam. He gave hint. He told Vyasa Bhagavan that, my dear Vyasa, you wrote n number of literature. You compiled Vedas. You wrote 17 Puranas. You gave these, that, but you did not. You failed to write one beautiful scripture which glorifies the glories of Lord. If you don't do that, if you don't write that, then then all of that you wrote is just for Dharmartha Kama only. Like that, Narada Muni, he empowered, and hence Vyasa Bhagavan, he wrote, he started writing the Bhagavatam. Like that, there are some Shakti Avesh incarnation. We will try to understand what they. Can anybody read from here? From here, there is no limit starting from there. Anybody who did immediate.
Yes, sir. There
Yes.
is no limit to the number of Shaktavesha incarnations, but some are mentioned in the Vedic literatures as examples. They are of two kinds, direct and indirect. When the Lord himself expands, displaying a particular power of his opulences, he is known as Sakshat. When he empowers a living entity with some particular Shakti power or some specific activity to represent him, that living entity is called indirect or Avesha incarnation. Avesha incarnations, 4 Kumaras empowered with knowledge, Narada empowered with devotional service, Brahma empowered with creative power, King Prithu empowered with power to maintain living beings, Parashurama empowered with power to kill evil elements, Vedavyasa to compile the Vedas. Hare Krishna.
So each and every expansion, again, though these expansions were there in other category of avatars, but still they are being empowered with some specific powers to propagate the knowledge about Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so Kumara's knowledge, here it is. Narada, he is a pure devotee of Lord. Okay. And he also introduced the Navavida Bhakti process, the 9 process of Bhakti. Okay. And Brahma, he creating the living entities so that, the living entities who could not get the self-realization and who were unable to go back to Godhead. Again, when Brahma started the creation, they got another chance to get self-realized and go back to Godhead. Okay. And King Prithu Maharaj, as we discussed, when the Prithvi lost, when there was a huge famine in this material world, King Prithu, he again made the earth to prosper. Okay, Parshuram to kill evil elements. Like there was one time where the Kshatriyas, they puffed up with their false ego and they committed mistakes. Then Lord Parshuram has to take a axe and he killed all the Kshatriyas who are puffed up with the false ego. Okay, Vedavasa to give us the abundant knowledge of Vedas. And now in Bhagavatam, there is a list of these avatars. Okay. So Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Okay. So here the list of avatars, little bit more, it is been explained in the translation and in the purpose as well. I request all of you to read this, chapter 3, okay, of Bhagavatam. Okay. So it lists out the important avatars of Lord. Okay. So the first 3 prominent Purusha avatars that we discussed, Karanodaksha Vishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and Kshirodaksha Vishnu. After that, what? After that, so here, we can read in the first sloka of this chapter. In the beginning of the creation, the Lord first expanded himself in the universal form of the Purusha incarnation and manifested all the ingredients of the material creation. And thus at first there was the creation of 16 principles of material action. This was for the purpose of creating the material universes. As part of Purusha lies down within the water. Okay. As we discussed, from Karanodaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu, again from his navel, the Garbhodaksha, again, Garbhodaksha Vishnu comes again from his navel, sprouts a stem. From that, lotus flower emanates, and from that, Brahma. Okay. So here in this purport, so the first way it is clearly mentioned about the details of Karanodakshaya, Garbhodakshaya, Vishnu. I request all of you to read this particular chapter, okay, so that you will get a clear understanding like what are those incarnations. We already spoke, but still these are the references. So whatever we speak, because there is a lot of misconception with which we were being taught from from childhood, I can say, because coming out from Sanatana Dharma background, we were being taught something else by movies, different serials, and different speculative jnanis. Okay, but what is the source of those information? So we have to anything if we have to understand if we want to progress in spiritual life. When we understand and when we take one particular authentic scripture as a source, then we can strongly believe that. And this particular Srimad Bhagavatam scripture, it is the scripture, the same 18,000 slokas, same book, is with other sampradayas also. So people who it doesn't follow Vaishnavism also, they also have the same 18,000 verses, Bhagavatam, without any change in any of the verse. But still they don't speak much about the incarnations of the Lord. That is where we lag, and we hence fall into a kind of illusion that Lord is some unmanifested thing. Hence, we have to aim to merge into that unmanifestation, and we lose our identity. But when there is a particular prominent source that is telling us that the Supreme Personality is a person, with becoming servant to that person is the ultimate goal of life, then why are we not being taught with this knowledge? That is because the speculative jnanis, they focus on that knowledge that they like to. Okay, there are many spiritual institutions who don't teach all this knowledge in a breakup manner. And now it is clearly said in the scripture that to which yuga, what kind of process is mentioned to become self-realized. Okay, when it is clearly mentioned, and people still in Kali Yuga, they take up different processes which are completely not feasible to normal human beings. And hence, these normal human beings, they try to take up those processes, and because they are very hard, they won't be able to progress in that process. Hence, they leave up that, they give up that. Whereas, if one is taught that chanting the holy name of Lord will purify us, and while chanting, while doing it kirtana, while getting involved in kirtana, there is a chance that one can go to Mahabhava Samadhi, which is not possible for a jnani to go to that stage while performing meditation. So that is the reason when these authentic scriptures note that gives us information what should be taken in which yuga, we have to take shelter of that, we have to understand that, and we have to follow that. Okay. So only the Vaishnava Sampradayas, they mainly focus on chanting, glorifying the Lord in a personal form. Others, they don't. Though there are authentic scriptures, they say they don't. Okay, because in third chapter, Krishna says, people, they have envy. No, they cannot tolerate a other personality as a god. I mean, Krishna coming into the human form, they think that, he came in a human form, like me, he is also a human being. Why should I worship? Why should we give importance to that personality who just came as a human being? That is where they lag, and hence they fall into the prey of Maya, and they lose the most sweetest process, that is the Sankirtana movement. Okay, and Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita only, okay, ध्यानिनात्मनि पश्यन्ति केचित् आत्मानम् आत्मानम् अन्ये साङ्ख्येन योगेन कर्मयोगेन चापरे अन्ये त्व एवं जानता श्रुत्वानेभ्यः उपासते तेऽपि चातितरन्त्येव मृत्युं श्रुतिपारायण. So there are few processes, my dear Archana, that is, dhyana, karma, dhyana, and apart from these three speculative processes, there is one another process that is, hearing about me, glorifying me, chanting about me. This is the very, very easiest process with which one can get delivered at when he is leaving the body. Okay, but these things are not focused much, however, because we have proofs in the scriptures, so we have to understand and we have to take advantage of them. Now, I will quickly show you the as I told you, the Goloka chart. Okay, so that a picture conveys a lot of message. Okay, so that is the reason I just wanted to show the Goloka picture. Where are we placed? Where are these incarnations placed? Okay, so just give me one moment. Yeah. And what is the references? What is the source for this Goloka chart preparation is also given clearly. So is everybody able to see my screen?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, so this is the Goloka chart. So here, when Lord,
Prabhuji, can you enlarge little bit?
is this fine?
No, Prabhuji, I can't see, Prabhuji.
Is this fine?
Yeah, is this fine, Prabhuji?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
The Supreme Personality, Krishna, expands into Karanodakshaya Vishnu, and when Karanodakshaya Vishnu, from Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu expands, okay, and from his navel, stem sprouts. Okay, is everybody able to see?
Yes, Prabhu.
So there are 14 different planet lokas. Okay. Satyaloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka, Maharloka, Suvarloka, Bhuvarloka, Bhurloka, Atala, Vital, and 6 on the top side and 6 to the bottom, okay, to the earth. I mean, down to the earth. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Bhatala. So the earth, planet Earth stands here. The 7th one. The abode of human beings and other mortals. Okay. So here I will also share this PDF in our group so that you can leisurely go through this chart. It gives you a lot of information also regarding the different expansions of Lord and where are they situated. Okay. And about clear description about the 3 main expansions, like Lord Vishnu, Shiva, and Mother Durga. So most of the jnanis, they fall into confusion when understanding about these three personalities, who are they, who is superior than one another, like that. Okay, so we as a human beings, we stick to the superior and inferior qualities or superior and inferior categories. But for Devatas, for God, that is not at all. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, so they are happy. He is happy in performing each and every activity by expanding into a different kind of expansion. Each and every expansions, though they are not superior, though they are inferior, they don't mind. They hence continue to perform their activities. They respect, they honor each other. It's the confusion only happens amongst the living entities only. That's the reason they don't progress in spiritual life. So when we are understanding the God, we need to understand that there is no we need to understand that Lord is one, Supreme Personality is one, expands into many expansions to perform different activities, and each and every activity has its own importance, like the sattva, rajas, tamo guna. Though one is superior, one is bit of inferior, one is even more inferior than the other one, but still three has their own importances. If one is not there, then it will be difficult for other guna to progress. In the same way, each and every personality, each and every expansion has their own their own responsibility, their own activity to do, and if that is not performed, again it will impact on the other expansion. I mean, Lord can perform, but he again he has to take another expansion to do that. Okay, so. So this
Hare
is
Krishna, Prabhuji.
yeah. Oh, yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, after the earth to the Lord Brahma side, what are the three lokas, Prabhuji? Satyaloka, Tapoloka, Janaloka,
Maharloka.
and Mahaloka. That means what, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So living entity taking birth on Bhurloka, which is Earth, the seventh planetary system, the seventh uh, place, based on their sadhana, based on their self-realization, based on their attachment to God, they get into different lokas. Okay, so the little bit, the next upper loka to Bhur Loka is the Bhuvar Loka. Bhuvar Loka, the abode of ghostly spirits. People who die, who die, like, by committing suicides, by somebody killing them, they neither go to upper planets, nor they take birth again. They stay for some time like that in a ghostly form, and they wander in this loka until until their actual age, the Ayu Praman is not completed. Okay, and on top of little top of that is Suvar Loka, the abode of demigod. The different devatas will be there, like Indra, Chandra, Varuna. Okay, all these devatas, Yama, they will be there. And on top of Suvar Loka is Mahar Loka. Okay, the abode of Bhrugumuni and Prajapatis, the different munis. They will be there in the Loka. And then Jana Loka, the abode of Prajapatis, who are appointed by Lord Brahma to increase the population. Then Tapaloka. So the most exalted personalities, they stay. And all these lokas are also not completely perfect. They are some kind of places which has little more convenient accommodation to perform our spiritual practices. Okay, on earth we have to suffer the three folds of miseries: Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika. The kleshas that, the sufferings that come from within, the sufferings that come from the Prakriti, the sufferings that come from the other living entities. So we have to suffer all these sufferings as long as we are there on the earth. And these threefold sufferings added with three gunas doesn't help us to progress in spiritual life. Maybe even if we put a sincere, severe effort, also sometimes we may fall because of these sufferings. Okay. However, these sufferings are not there from Suvarloka. I mean, they are there, but not as much as the earth. In Suvarloka, it will be much more better than, and much more better than that is Maharloka and Janaloka. Each and every loka, once they go on top, that will be much more, even more convenient to practice the spiritual practices. If one take advantage of that, then they will directly go back to Godhead. Otherwise, again, they may have to fall down. Okay, like that, Brahma Loka is there. Okay, and on top of Brahma, these, grade lines with different lines are also some of the abodes of different personalities. This brown line, the earth personified worships Lord Varaha, water personified worships Lord Matsya. So different colors also represents different practices. Okay. And on top of this is, Maya Devi, okay, and Rama Devi, Lakshmi, and Lord Shambhu, and Mahakal Dham, Sadasiva Lok. Okay. Then the Brahma Jyoti, the unmanifested effulgence of Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti falls here. Most of the Jnanis, they aim to merge into this Brahma Jyoti. Okay. And on top of that is the Vaikuntha Loka. Okay. And in Vaikuntha, Lord is expanded into different incarnations. The different incarnations, they are named as well. You can read them. Okay. And on top of this, then Ayodhya is there. And each and every, even you see the Veda also has a personification. Okay. So they guard the Goloka. So here, Mathura, Jagannath Puri, Dwaraka, they are, the Divya Lokas, the eternal, immortal Lokas. What we see on earth is just we can say a small portion of those Lokas. Okay. And here is the Goloka, which is on top of all. So this is about the Goloka chart. And the references. Here it is mentioned also. Like here also it is given, the bifurcation is given. Okay, what are the different layers of earth and who takes care? Here you can see. So on the ocean there is a tortoise who is the Kurmadev. On Kurmadev there is Adisheshi, a small picture is there. On top of that, again some portions are there. Okay, and they take the responsibility of bearing the earth. Okay.
Prabhu, there are three Vishnus being listed over here, like mentioned. One is Garbha Raksha Vishnu, Kshirod.
Yes.
What are the difference? Is it that same Vishnu, or again three of them has their own characteristics? Like
Yes, Madhavi. So
okay.
one Lord, Karanadaksha Vishnu, again expanding into Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and from his body, the different planetary systems emanate.
Okay.
Okay, and he enters into each of those, and from his navel, the one stem sprouts. Okay, and that's what we saw here, the different lokas, how they appear here. He is Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And
So
this
basically,
way,
this is not a Vaikuntha planet then. That is different.
yeah, Vaikuntha planet is here. So, a Lord, while performing different activities, he takes different positions, Mother. Though he is one supreme personality, okay, though he is one supreme personality, like you are one personality who involves into different responsibilities as a mother, as a employee, as a sister to somebody, as a wife to somebody. So when you take each and every responsibility, you behave in that way. Okay. In the same way,
Alright.
the same personality performing different activities, he goes into different positions from his body. Different things emanate, and again he enters into that, and again he leads that.
Okay.
Prabhuji, that means Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mother.
That means God, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is expanding to ante they are Garbhodaksha Vishnu is expanding to do some purpose, means that to satisfy our what we say, our desires. Am I correct, Prabhuji?
Yeah. From Garbhodaksha Vishnu, the different planetary systems emanate. They sprung from his body. Okay? And in those planetary systems, we living entities stay, and we try to fulfill our desires. So it is a creation of Garbhodaksha Vishnu on which we are there, and we are acting whimsically. You understood, Mataji?
Yes,
Then
Prabhuji. Then can you give me some examples of goddesses
Like what?
like if we can say Varalakshmi Vratam?
Okay, yeah, those are prescribed on the knowledge path. Like when we take as a human form of life, we immediately don't have the self-realization knowledge. Okay, so God has created certain processes for us to elevate step by step, and those processes are divided into two categories. One is karma kanda, one is jnana and bhakti kanda. Okay, so the karma kanda part is filled with different rituals, vratas, and different yajnas and all those things. So when you perform those, a connection towards God will start getting established. Okay, those are some steps for us to establish our connection with God. So somebody, without any knowledge why they are doing some vrata, they perform. Okay, they perform, and in that way they take process of worshipping Lord. That means that they are building a connection with the Lord, but that is a very long, lengthy process for them. From that platform to coming to the pure bhakti platform, it takes a lot of time, because these vratas which are prescribed in the karma kanda category of Vedic system. People generally follow them to get their desires fulfilled. Only the material desires fulfilled. Nobody does Varalakshmi Vrata for a few pure devotional service towards Lord. They only does that with some material desires. I mean, let me get a good job, let me be blessed with a lot of money and all those stuff. But we have to understand that we don't have a lot of time to live on this planet Earth.
Yes,
It's very
Prabhuji.
limited time, and if that time we use just for fulfilling this and maintaining this body, okay, and obviously to maintain this body we need money, and for money, then we are approaching God. If we, instead of approaching God just for the money, if we approach God for my dear Lord, let me, understand that knowledge with which I don't have to take the birth again, so that I don't have to suffer again. The same investment, same time investment you investing in karma kanda activity, if you invest in bhakti, jnana yoga and bhakti yoga, then you will elevate. Then you don't have to undergo the suffering, the material miseries, right? So
Yes,
those are
Prabhuji.
processes. So on this planet Earth, for living entities betterment, Lord suggested some process. Under those processes, those categories will come, Mataji. Okay.
Thank you, Mataji. Sorry. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So
Prabhuji, one last question. So, which Vishnu is the one who has taken this Dasavataras in this three?
okay, yeah. So Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Mataji.
Okay, okay, okay.
And it is also yes. And it is also told that in this material world, and these expansions are empowered by Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Okay, so for now, you understand that don't get confused with the different explanations about the expansions. Please understand there is one Supreme Personality to perform different activities. He takes into different forms. Okay, and why we are studying this analytical study about the different forms of Lord is because we have to understand which expansion has how much power to elevate us. Okay, in Bhagavatam, shall show you one very, very nice verse. Okay. One moment. So we were discussing about the first canto, third chapter of Bhagavatam, where there is a list of all the incarnations. Okay, so starting from there are 24 main incarnations are listed out here. Okay, first of all, I'll share my screen. Okay, first of all, in the beginning, I hope everybody is able to see my screen, right? Can anybody
Yes,
correct?
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
First of all, in the beginning of creation, there were four unmarried sons of Brahma, Kumaras, who began situated in vow of celibacy. And after Kumaras, the boar, the wild boar, Varahavtara. And after that, in the millennium of Rishis, personality of God had accepted, empowered incarnation. They were Narada, then, Naranarayana, then Lord Kapila, then the, Dattatreya Avtara, the sixth incarnation of Purusha was son of sage and Atri, son of the sage Atri, born from the womb of Anasuya, the Dattatreya incarnation, seventh incarnation, the Yajna Purusha incarnation, eighth, the Rishabhadev, and the ninth incarnation, Prutu Maharaj incarnation. And there was a complete in addition after the period of Chakshushamano, and the whole world was deep within water. Matsya Avatara, from form of a fish protected Matsya Avatara. Then the 11th incarnation of Lord took form of tortoise. The 12th incarnation Lord appeared as Dhanvantari. But we know the Dashavataras are like, in a different chronology. But here in Bhagavatam, it is given in different way. It is, mixed up with the Guna, Leela, Purushavataras, everything. Okay. And the fifth, fourth, after 12th, Lord appeared as Dhanvantari. And 13, he allured the atheist by charming beauty of a woman, the Mohini Avatar. And the 14th incarnation is Narsimha Avatara. And the 15th incarnation is Dwarf Brahmana, the Vamana Avatara. And the 16th incarnation is Godhead Brugapati. Okay. The Parashurama Avatara. Then the 17th incarnation, Vyasadeva Avatara. Then the 18th incarnation, King Rama, Lord Rama. In the 19th, 20th incarnations, Lord Balrama and Krishna. the beginning of Kali Yuga, okay, Lord Buddha took, the Lord Buddha came, son of Anjana, okay, and then thereafter 2 yugas, the Lord creation will take his birth as the Kali incarnation, okay, and become the son of Vishnu Yasa, okay. So the futurist avatar is also mentioned over here, and apart from this, O Brahmanas, the incarnation of the Lord are innumerable, like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. Like, in water, if you see many bubbles. Okay. So, like in the water, there are many bubbles, innumerable incarnations Lord takes. These are just some few references, it is given. And all the rishis, manos, demigods, and descendants of Manu who are especially powerful are plenary portions, all the rishis, manos, demigods, descendants of Manu who are especially powerful are plenary portions, are portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. These also includes the Prajapatis. And here in the 28th sloka of 3rd chapter, it is clearly mentioned that all of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the Lord, but Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists, those who believe in God, those who devote to God. So in the 3rd sloka of Srimad Bhagavatam, Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Okay. This word is very easy to understand, simple words. Krishna Astu Bhagavan Swayam. Apart from the all incarnation, Krishnastu Bhagavan Smingrari Vyapam Lokam Mrudayanti Yuga. Wherever and whenever Indra being teased by the adharmics, the atheists, then the Lord appeared again and again. So it is clearly mentioned, though one Supreme Personality who is Krishna, from him all these expansions happen. Okay, but we need to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But some philosophers who doesn't like Supreme Personality addressed as a person, for them there is a problem. If we say that God, the supreme thing is something unmanifested, they don't have any problem. Okay. If we say that Supreme Personality is Lord Shiva or Lord Durga, right? Some Lord Vishnu or Krishna, then people start they has problem. They don't accept. We have to go with the references. We have to go with the scriptures.
Prabhuji,
Yes,
what
Prabhu.
is plenary expansion meaning, Prabhu?
Okay, so 1 minute. Amsha, the how we can say, some portion of portion of energy. Eteja amsha. Amsha means, for example, you are married, you got a child, and he got a child, and your grand child is also a portion of you. Do you agree with that, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, so that portion is called the plenary portion of you, though a separate entity, but still, where is the source to that entity is you. Right? In that way, these all expansions are amshas, small
Prabhu.
functions of Lord.
Another doubt, Prabhu, like the chart you showed, right? What is the source of that chart? Like who compiled that chart, Prabhu?
I'll tell you, there are few references from which the chart was compiled, and the references are mentioned over there itself. I'll open the chart. Was mentioned. Mainly the references taken from Srimad Bhagavatam, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, which is written by Sanatana Goswami, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. See, I think I read it somewhere. And Brahma Samhita as well.
Okay.
So here in somewhere I read it in this chart only. I'm not finding it, but I'll share this chart with all of you. You can go through this chart. Okay, very informative chart. If you feel. Okay. So here, the Devi Dham, the importance description of Devi Dham is also mentioned. And Mahesh Dham, Mahat Tattva, Pradhana. Somewhere on this chart it is mentioned. You can read that. How to understand Lord Krishna's transcendental world. But this chart, it is the references for this chart are Brahma Samhita, Bhagavatam, Brihad Bhagavatamrita, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. Compiling the references from all the scriptures, this chart is prepared. Okay.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, can you also share the 7 avatars?
Yeah, definitely, Prabhu. You're talking about these 6 categories or?
Yeah, categories, Prabhuji.
Yeah, definitely, bro. I'll share that PPT, so that you can read it from that PPT. Okay. PPT and this chart as well. So the reason why we are discussing is because Krishna consciousness is a vast analytical study about the different activities of Lord, and devotees, they will release, they will enjoy in learning about different activities of Lord. Krishna henceforth he says that um, मच्चित्तामद्गता प्राण बोधयन्त परस्परं कथयान्तश्च मामनित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च तेषां सततिक्तानां भजते प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं ताम्. Okay, so Krishna says, my dear Arjuna, my devotees, they enjoy in discussing about my glories, my pastimes, chanting my names, and they leave everything and they involve in discussing, describing me in different ways, forms, situations, stories, and they associate with these devotees. However, I take personal in charge to bless them with the buddhi yoga, dadami buddhi yogam tham, en mam upayanti te. So he gives intelligence for us when we try to study some analytical study, and that really brings much more attention towards Lord. That there is some particular authentic sources which describe the existence of Supreme Personality of God, how he maintains this world, how he rescues us from different atheistic problems. So we get more love. We develop more love, and we henceforth feel encouraged to chant and glorify Lord. So that's the reason Prabhupada, in this particular purport, when it comes to incarnation, he introduced us about the different avatars, the vast information about the different categories of Lord's avatars. Because when you are progressing in Krishna consciousness, it is bit important for you to understand these different categories. Okay, so that's all I want to stop here regarding this particular 4.8 shloka. So if anybody has any other questions, you can ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
So whenever there is any religion, Krishna will descend himself like that, no?
Yes,
So is there any demarcation between religion and spirituality?
Okay. So religion and spirituality.
Yeah.
You mean, is there any difference or any bifurcation? What was your question, Mataji?
Is it the same, or what are the points that will differentiate between the two?
Okay,
Is
what
it
are
the same? Is it the same or slightly different?
okay? So religion, I mean, religion and the spirituality are both same or different? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Okay. So when Krishna was speaking, there was only one religion, that is Sanatana Dharma. So
Okay.
we have many religions. Okay. So however, any religion, it may be, the destination, the aim of every religion is to reach God. But some religions, they have poor fund of knowledge. They only aim up until heaven. But the Sanatan Dharma, hence, we are being branded as Hindus, but this name Hindu was branded to us few hundreds of years back. But before that, we were Sanatan Dharma. We are called as Sanatan Dharma, the people who follow the Sanatan Dharma. Still, we are called as Sanatan Dharma. So, we are called as the people of Sanatan Dharma. So, Sanatana Dharma has knowledge beyond heaven. So there is a chance one who goes to heaven will fall down, may fall down. Okay, if he doesn't use that heavenly platform to practice bhakti or practice devotion towards Lord, that will again he will fall down. And Krishna himself says in the 9th chapter. Okay, so once they lose their pious credit, they fall down from heaven. For some religions, they only have knowledge up until reaching heaven. But whereas Sanatan Dharma, it has knowledge beyond heaven. Once a human being reaches that position, never comes back. Okay? So yes, religion and spirituality, those days it was same, but these days bit different, because we have multiple religions these days. Okay. Is that clear, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Welcome. Yes, Pooja Mataji, you got it out?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
question is that we are in the Bhuvarlo, right? Earth realm. Then
Yes.
right now in the Golok chart we have saw that Kurma avatar, above there is a ring and there we have 4 elephants, like Disha elephants. On that we have earth. So should we look at earth as a flat surface on this 4 elephant, or it's a round earth? So there are a lot of people in the community, everyone is saying, no, earth is flat and we are under firmament. And obviously in the Golok chart, we can see everywhere around, we are surround water, there's ocean. So should I look at earth as flat or round?
Round.
What our Shastra says?
Shastras determine the earth as Bhugol. Bhugol. Bhuvar Loka as goal. Means a circle, round shape. Okay. However, it is being carried by elephants standing. That doesn't mean that they are on a flat surface. It is considered as flat surface, but you will see the spherical form. Okay, so Earth is round only, not a flat surface. Okay.
And earth is revolving around sun now, Prabhuji. So
Yes.
when we look at earth, earth is round. Then where we see this elephant and Kurma avatar?
Yeah, I mean they are placed in picture, Mother. So In a picture, we cannot see, all that revolving, kind of things. So when you read the chart, that's the reason I recommended to read the chart. Then you will get clear understanding that, what is the place of Earth, what is the place of Sun, and all those in this, in that planetary system, in that Boer lok and all. Okay, so you could read it, you will get clear understanding about that, Mother.
It's true, Prabhuji, that I understand Earth realm is like that. Then again, we have 9 planets. So where that the above realm comes and the below realm comes, it's like below Earth, or like they have other things, or like on Earth only we have this above and below. 14 lokas. Like above we have 6 lokas, below we have 7 lokas.
Right.
That one.
Yes. So what is your doubt in that, Mataji?
So where we see this above loka as like they are above the Earth planetary nakshatra, they are above that, or like they are below that. And then the narka is like below. How to look at that?
So here it is mentioned, Mataji, in that 14 planetary systems, above Earth there is Boer, above that Suvarloka. The abode of demigods, it is clearly mentioned. Okay, so the abode of demigods, in the sense, as I said, that is the place where Indra, Chandra, and different planets, including Aditya, Soma, and the Navagrahas, they reside. Here in the chart, it is mentioned as, in a top and bottom form, but, the actual picture, we cannot, in one photo, we cannot make a 3D picture of the planet Sumataji. That is the reason. So in our ISKCON main headquarters in Mayapur, they are constructing this Vedic planetarium system in the temple. Okay, so here the place where the Swarloka is mentioned. No, that is the place where these planets, the 9 planets, including Indra and all those, they reside. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, I understood now. Now I understood. But I cannot wait to watch that planetary system that we are making. I definitely want to watch that, Prabhuji.
Yeah, yes, Madhu.
Thank
They are designing in Mayapur temple. Okay, the way the temple itself is called TO, with the Temple of Vedic Planetarium System. They're designing in that way, 3D form. They're designing a huge temple, which is one of the highest, temple. It is of 358 feet or something like that. Yes, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, yeah, if a body dies, that means soul has to take another body. Then it has to enter into the Atal, Sutal, Patal and everything. Then it will reach to the other planetary system, or it will again take as birth as a human being.
I told that based on their spiritual realization, they take place of going to different places. If they are fully self-realized, if they are completely devoted, they came onto the Shuddha Sattva platform. If they are doing pure devotion service, directly from Bhuloka, they enter into Goloka. So they cross all this. In a bypass method, they go to Goloka. Okay. So it
That
depends
means,
on our spiritual practice, Mataji. To what?
yeah, I understood, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
That means, I think we all should maintain a diary that what we are doing, what are the mistakes, and to progress in spiritual life. And if we die in middle, what will happen then? Again, we will take in birth of this continuation will be going on, Prabhuji, spiritual life.
Absolutely. Krishna assured that you will see in the 6th chapter.
Oh, Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Yes, Gita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing all these details, but it's a little bit confusing.
Don't
Yes.
worry.
Prabhuji, Karanadaksha Vishnu, sorry, Garbhodaksha Vishnu is an expansion of Karanadaksha Vishnu.
Yes.
Okay, then what about Kshirodaksha Vishnu?
Again, another expansion.
Expansion from?
From Garbhodakshaya.
Okay, so the order is Karanadaksha Vishnu first and then Garbhodaksha and Kshirodaksha.
Kshirodakshaya.
All these three images we are seeing, Prabhuji, but I don't know that three types of avatars. Today it's clear. And also, Prabhuji, in your chat, if we go down, right side, we have a Narakaloka where we have seen 28 hells are there, right? So in this chat, do we have heaven also, or the Vaikunta and all itself, do we consider it as heaven?
Yeah, Svarloka is there, no? After
Okay.
Bhu and Bhuvarloka, Svarloka is there, no? That is the heaven. That is the place where heavenly planets are there. The abode of demigods. Svarloka is the abode of demigods. Demigods means Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Yama, Aditya, Soma, and all those. So they reside in Swargaloka. Hence, that is called as Svarloka.
Okay. So, but we are thinking that heaven is the, like as you said in other religions, we are thinking till heaven, but above heaven, there is so much
Yeah,
depiction.
beyond heaven. That's the reason Sanatana
Yeah.
Dharma old days.
If we see this picture, heaven is very near.
Yeah. So nobody, if somebody, looks at this picture, they don't even aim to go to heaven. In fact, it is described in our scriptures that heaven is also kind of a material platform only. Only thing is that you will have some better facilities to practice and live. That's it.
Okay, thanks, Professor.
Welcome. So anybody has any other questions?
Myself, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Shall I?
ma'am. Yes, Madhu, go ahead.
Prabhuji, as we are going to Mayapur Yatra, no? Regarding that, the Vedic planetarium is already ready, or still they are constructing there?
Yeah, it is still the
Can we see
construction.
can we see all the planetary systems?
I exactly don't know the current status of the temple, Mataji, but by the time what I heard is by the time we go visit the temple in the month of April, it is said that some portion of temple is inaugurated and they start worship in the temple. It is not. It is told that it may not be completely constructed, but some portion will be inaugurated by the time we go. You can see when we go there, we can see because one cannot carry the mobile into the so nobody has any videographical proofs to what extent it is completed. So.
But I'm eagerly waiting, Prabhuji, to see all the planetary positions
Even I
and
am.
everything. I hope I can see everything there.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening today. It was the most interesting topic.
Yeah, all glories to Prabhupada. Prabhupada writes purports in such a way that even if you read one purport, you will get a lot of knowledge. Okay. So, he introduced this topic. He brought this topic to the readers of Bhagavad Gita that, they will come to know when one hears about Avatara, they only have a picture of 10 Avataras. But there is a lot to discuss. There's a lot to know. Okay? So Prabhupada wants us to understand all those, all that knowledge. That's the reason he introduces that topic in this purport. Okay, so all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Yes. Prabhuji, another doubt is there.
Yes, Mataji.
Like in Calcutta, they worship goddess Durga Devi.
Yes, Mataji.
And you said that it is like Maya. How can you define this, Prabhuji?
She is the energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Mother. She is the Bahiranga Shakti, the external energy of the Lord, who takes care of, the material world. Here in this chart, it is very nicely explained about her activities. Okay, so when you go to the Devi, section of this, you are able to see this, right, Mother?
Yes, Prabhu.
Devi Dham,
Devi
the
Dham.
Adop of Durga.
Durga, yeah.
Described in Brahma Samhita. In the beginning, Brahma glorified Lord with a stotra that is called Brahma Samhita. In that is he glorified that the my dear Lord Govinda, the external potency Maya, who is of the nature of the shadow of the Chit potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this mundane world. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself. Okay, so it is described that Mother Durga is the energy form of Lord. Okay, that energy, like we saw that every aspect of Lord has a personification. So Mother Durga is a personification of the external energy of Lord who maintains this world. And if we, properly takes her shelter, and if we request her, if we pray her to bless us with Krishna Bhakti, she blesses us with Krishna Bhakti. And if we approach her with material desires, she will make us to go round and round in this material world only.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I was having a doubt still when I joined this, this Bhaktis at home series. I'm having an idol in my house. Daily, my husband worships Lord Durga Devi, but I don't do it, Prabhuji. I don't like it. I only pray to Krishna and all others to give me Shakti or else to give me some service. Like that, I'll pray to Lord Ganesha and to everyone.
So we should honor each and every personality, Mataji. We should not dishonor. That is again against to the instructions of Lord. Okay, so we should honor, respect every Vedic personality. However, we should develop love towards Lord Krishna. If you don't respect other personalities, and you without respecting the other personalities, if you approach Krishna, he will not like us. Okay, so we have to respect and honor. At the same time, we have to develop our love towards Krishna. In that way, our devotional life should go on.
Then offering prasadam to Krishna, then first I will offer to Krishna.
Yeah.
Then I will show that offerings to all other gods.
Absolutely fine.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. In Jagannath Puri temple, they do in that way only. First, they offer to Jagannath Swami, and that same prasadam will be offered to Mother Parvati, who sits in the Jagannath Puri temple as Vimala Devi. Okay, they offer the same remnant prasadam of Jagannath to Mother Vimala Devi. Hence, that is called as Mahaprasad.
Okay, Prabhuji, my doubt is cleared. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Welcome. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like in one of the Japa session, like Vardha Krishna Prabhuji said, like worshipping demigods is considered to be as aparat, like something.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
there are many like human-made gods. So, like, is it considered to be as an aparat? Like, How should
Yeah.
we take it?
Yeah, I'll tell you. So approaching any other personality, any Devi Devatas, for any kind of material benefits is, a aparad. Neglecting Krishna. Okay. If you have respect, if you if you have love towards Krishna, and when you approach other personalities, other Devi Devatas with a respective mode, with a honoring mode, then that is considered as a proper way of receiving Devi Devatas. Because Krishna concludes in Bhagavad Gita that Deva Dvija, Deva Dvija Prajna, we have to respect the Devatas, Brahmanas, and our ancestors. Okay. So, Krishna Prabhu told in one context where approaching them for approaching them for some material purposes by neglecting Supreme Personality. That is called as aparad. Okay. Because in the same 4th chapter, Krishna himself, he recommends that, Kangshitam karmanam siddhim yajanti devata kshipram ki manushyaloke siddhir bhavati sarvacha, he says. In the same 4th chapter, Krishna says that, my dear Arjun, if you want to worship, you can worship any other personality, and it is very easy to get benedictions fulfilled by worshipping other personalities. However, if you worship me, then, there is a chance that you get self-realized. Okay. So here, how we need to understand is that whenever because we come from Sanatan Dharma, there are many rituals performed. We have sentiment towards different personalities. Okay. So we have to show respect. We have to honor. However, one thing we have to remember is that the supreme desire, the supreme goal should be reaching Krishna without expecting for any material desires. People generally, these days, every now and then a new personality comes and they say that I am God. Okay. So approaching such people and approaching different devatas for different materialistic things is prohibited, is aparada. Okay. Is that clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Like there are some gods, like human-made gods, like Sai Baba. Like we consider him as the incarnation of Shiva. Like, is it right or?
Okay, so I'll tell you. So, have you been to Shirdi, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, I have been to Shirdi in 2009. So, when I visited Shirdi, that time I was not. I didn't had any spiritual knowledge. I had no, clue about any spirituality.